Hi guys, it's Melly Starz with another episode of Melly's Couch, and today I have the privilege, the honor, I'm fangirling kind of, because I'm a major fan of this person. She's a producer, DJ, singer, songwriter, a little TikToker, even though she doesn't let you guys know. Whimzi!
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. I'm so excited because you're so talented and you do so much that I'm like, whoa. I knew surface level, and then as I'm doing my research, I'm like, is there anything this girl can't do?
Well, I can't do sports or anything athletic, really. So.
Oh, same. Don't ask me to do any types of sports.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start from the beginning. As you know, I start pretty far back. I want to start with your first EP, which was Beginnings.
Oh my God! Wait, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
It was in 2017.
Yeah, I don't even think I was going by Whimzi at that time. I was G. Rochelle.
Yes, by your name, I think.
Yeah, first and middle name kind of combined. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It was on SoundCloud, but I think it's gone now.
I don't know. I don't even keep up with my SoundCloud, to be real.
Yeah. So what was it? Was it DJ stuff, beats? Was it singing? Since I couldn't really.
It was dubstep, kind of.
Okay.
Because that's what I started making. It was I don't know. Definitely not my best work, but I got.
It was the beginning.
Right. It got the ball rolling for me, putting out stuff. So. It was just kind of there.
It was there, and now it's not. But you did start DJing that same year. But it was definitely more on the rave scene kind of thing. Was it you played at, or you DJ'd at Playground Sound?
Yes.
Yes. I'm just naming random times that you've DJ'd to go through your DJ career, I guess. You also DJ on TikTok Live. I saw. How is that?
It's cool. It's definitely not as fun as playing for a live crowd, but still fun just to kind of practice.
Yeah. Do the viewers send you those little roses and stuff like that?
They'll send little corn or little random gifts. It's cute.
It's so cute. I've always seen that, and I'm like, this is interesting, but I don't know what it is. And does it distract you while you're DJing, seeing those little things?
I'm send them over,
Oh, okay.
Highly encouraged.
Highly encouraged. Send her little roses and things. April 21st, 2017, you DJ'd at a silent disco?
Yes.
Nightlife Element Radio, I believe it was the name.
So the silent disco was the event thrown by Vibe Tribe.
Okay.
Which was our DJ producer club in college.
Interesting. How did you guys start that?
I mean, it was already a thing before I joined.
Okay.
Which was nice. I was just a young college gal looking for my place. Then it's it was so cool because it's all DJs, producers, literally just people with my same passion, which I had never met a group of people that shared my same interests. So to have that was such a blessing.
Yeah.
And so we throw little events like that. I mean, not really little, it was kind of a big deal, on campus. Everyone's oh my God, the silent disco. It happened every year.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know if they're still keeping up with it or not.
Yeah.
But it was the big kind of end of the year event. But Nightlife Elements was a collective that I was also a part of, where we would just play at the local bars and clubs and whatnot.
Okay. So it was two collectives. That's why I was a little
yeah.
I'm I think this was during the same time, but I wasn't sure. And especially when you're going so far back, it's kind of hard to pinpoint what goes with what.
Right.
Next up, we've got. Let me see. It was a secret warehouse location that you DJ'd at. That was this year.
Yeah.
And I think you did a mini TikTok vlog. Was it for this one or yeah. How was it being a secret location? And then you guys got kicked out, right?
The first spot, yeah. I didn't even make it into the first spot. I pull up everyone's like roaming around outside. And then come to find out, oh, cops busted it. And I'm like, oh crap, well now what? Like I'm supposed to be on in like 10 minutes. And then like, it must have been like a half hour of us just standing outside like, what the heck is going on? And then they finally like, they sent us to this random spot. And then, yeah, like it was like no bathrooms, like definitely like very underground.
Oh my gosh. So how did like people who were going find out? Like since it was so underground, like secret, like you just had to know the right people kind of?
Like, well that specific one was thrown by like Surround. They're like,
yeah, Surround.
There are just these like random like, there are different like groups like that that'll throw shows like that. So they have like I don't know if I should say it on camera, but like they have a way of messaging everybody and telling you where to go.
So it's a secret.
Right.
Like, it's like a Willy Wonka thing. Like you have to get a golden ticket.
Yeah, exactly. But it was crazy. I was just like, wow, like, I don't know.
Was it like, were you scared? You know, like,
yeah.
Like, oh my God, the cops are here. Like, what's going on? What do I do?
It wasn't necessarily the cops that was scary. It was just like, where are we? Like, I don't know, just being somewhere like that is just like, wow, this is so outside like normal reality. Like, but thank God my good friend Garrett showed up like random and I was like, okay, perfect. Like, I feel safe. Yeah. I feel cool. Like,
because you showed up by yourself.
Yeah.
That's extra scary.
Yeah, I made friends with just like
random people.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But yeah.
Next up, you also performed at The Point.
Yes.
This year. That was like, I think I heard about it. Like it was like a super last minute long set I think you were doing.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because I think you were supposed to do something else that night or something.
I don't know.
Or something the next day. I don't remember. But I know I heard about it through the grapevine.
It was fun. The Point is an awesome location. They have a great like sound system and lighting system. Yeah. So that was cool. I got to play a little Baddie techno set. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Baddie stuff in a second. 2020, you DJ'd at Tree PO or with them or?
Yeah, I think that was at the Music Box, like back when that was a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a cool spot. I think it got shut down for some reason or the owner closed it down. I don't know. Maybe during COVID or something.
Probably, yeah. I feel like COVID kind of changed a lot.
Yeah. But when it was around, it was cool.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the Baddie mixes.
Hey.
Because you have Baddie Mix episode 1 on the Cunt Records YouTube.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's cunt just because of the way that it's spelled, but like, you know, in like a low key kind of, you know, so you don't get flagged or whatever.
Yeah.
So you started that this year, right?
Yeah.
And there's only like 1 episode. I was definitely jamming to it before I even knew I was going to interview you. I was like, oh, this is dope.
Well, thanks.
So this is like your channel, right?
Kind of. It's in its infant stages, so
we'll see. Because I was going to say, like, are other people going to come and do Baddie mixes? Is this just...
Yeah, I mean... We'll see.
We'll see. It's still a baby. We're still working on it. We'll get there. But Cunt Records also has multiple Spotify playlists. So we have Limited 2, which is music from the early 2000s. How did you, like, why did you decide to create all these playlists? And like, how much time did it take to make them?
I mean, that's just kind of like a fun side project. And it was cool because, like, you know, that type of music, it's like you hear a song, you're like, wow, I haven't thought about this song in ages. I haven't heard it in ages. And, like, you know, music that would play in Limited 2, you know, the store. Like, it just, like...
It was such a, like, childhood, like, oh my God, I remember that store.
Right. And like when you hear certain songs, it's like, oh my God, it takes me back looking through all the clothes. Like, yeah. So I just wanted to just make a playlist like with that kind of energy. Like it's a great way to start your day. Highly recommend it in the morning.
Okay. So if you need something to start your day, Limited 2. Okay.
The playlist.
The playlist. Then you also have Hyper Slut. the Hyperslut playlist, which is hyper pop, hyper house, hyper techno, and experimental.
Yeah.
How does all of that work together? Because I feel like those are somewhat different, but like I feel like it could work, but I'm not sure how it works and like how you thought of Hyperslut.
I mean, like I feel like the playlist is just like cohesive. It's kind of like what I play out live a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So like, and then I've started kind of like putting the playlist elsewhere to kind of get submissions, which has been cool. So I have people sending things in to me, some of which like don't fit at all.
Yeah.
And then others I'm like, oh my God, like so cool. I just discovered like an artist today that I could like put on a little bit like as they're growing.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you do that with all of the playlists or just that one?
I actually like I literally just started all this. So like I think I'm gonna plan to like open up all of them, but we'll see.
What happens.
Yeah.
So 90s cigarette mom playlist?
Yeah.
What is that one about? Because there wasn't really much of a description, and I was like, I have an idea. I kept thinking like Stacy's mom. I don't know why. That's like what clicked in my head, but I was like, I'm gonna let Whimzi explain it.
Yeah, so that one is more like, my mom owned a hair salon growing up, and she'd have just like random 90s radio channels on, like the Mix was a big one. And like, I just remember from that time period of like me being a kid, being a 90s baby, like all of that music that would play.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, like it just takes you back to that certain time. And so like, I don't know, I've been like, I have channels for some of these on TikTok too, like those have their own pages. That's how people are like finding those playlists.
Right.
And so like people are like, oh my God, like it's just, yeah, it's meant to just take you back to a certain time.
Yeah. And then the last playlist that you have, or that I saw, was, this is a big one, the Baddie Party Mega Playlist.
Yeah.
It has 188 songs.
Yeah.
Holy cow, how did you curate that playlist?
So that one is basically like the summary of like my music taste. Old things, new things.
Yeah.
That's the core of like what I listen to. Anything that's gonna put you in like a baddie mood.
Hell yeah, I definitely started to feel like a baddie when I was listening to it. I was like, okay, I get it. But 188 songs, I was like, whoa, that's a lot. So I want to go back to 2018 for a second, where you were kind of working with, or like had a relationship with 107.5 WGCI. Like, so what was that experience like? What were you doing, like music for, like what were you doing with them?
I don't know, I knew a guy who like was kind of plugged in with them, and we just kind of hung out at the studio that day. But,
oh, okay, so it wasn't like so I'm like, oh wait, what is she doing here? But I didn't see like much more info. I just saw that you were there, and I was like, oh, did she get played? Was she working there? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know if my music's quite a fit for WGCI, but that is kind of like what plays in my house like most of the time.
So you've been featured, or you were featured on the Mamacita blog, but as your like old name.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say your name, so okay. So as your old name, as her previous name. So how did you get on that blog? How was the experience? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I don't know. I mean, getting on blogs is just random. They'll just reach out, hey, can I feature you? And it's like, yeah, sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to track what comes of it.
Yeah.
But it's always an honor to be featured, so it's cool.
Yeah. So I want to talk about like your beats and stuff like that, because you have like so many different ranges with your beat style, and I think you also mentioned somewhere that like, as you've grown, you've been kind of figuring out what styles you like, and you've just gone through a lot of phases.
That's true, yeah.
A lot of phases.
It's very true.
So I found like dubstep, rap, alt pop, sad rock, ballads, hip hop, and then this one I was like, how do I even say it? It was rock / alt pop / hip hop. Which genre was your favorite to like make beats for, to produce?
I guess just what I'm doing now, like all of it kind of led me here to like, I guess alternative pop with an EDM sort of flair to it.
Yeah, I feel like it's your own like style, but I'm like also like it could be very not commercial, but like I could see it be in certain spaces, you know, but it's also like you. I don't know how else. I feel like I'm describing that horribly. Random question. Speaking since you're a beat maker, did Gypsy Rose ever hit you up for a beat?
No, she didn't, but she should.
Right?
We could get that EP popping.
Right. She's doing all the things. Might as
Gypsy
well.
Rose, hit me up. Let's make a project or at least one song. Just give me one song.
Just one song. That's all you need. I'm gonna go to the Illuminated beat, which you dropped in 2020.
Yeah.
And the Heaven beat. Well, I know I can't read it, but Heaven. We're just gonna go with that. So you dropped those 2 beats. I think those were the first like songs I saw on your Spotify. So how was it like dropping them on Spotify, or like coming from SoundCloud and then like transitioning to like more mainstream?
I don't know, you just reach a certain point where you're like, okay, like we gotta get this everywhere, not just SoundCloud. I don't know, that just comes with time, I guess.
Yeah. Do you create every single one of your beats for like every song?
Yep.
What about like songs that you're featured on?
It depends. Like the one with Year 2087, he made that beat. It really depends. Like that's the only time I'll be open to like hopping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the one you did with Mamacita.
Yeah.
Because I think she told me that like you created the beat like around her vocals. Was it?
Yeah.
That's really cool. How did you do that? Like,
sometimes like it's easier to start that way. And I was just like, I posted on Instagram like, people please send me your vocals. I want to make remixes. Because at this time I was like streaming on YouTube somewhat regularly.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped that just because like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I get better results off camera. But while I was doing that, she hit me up like same day, and I was like, okay, this is perfect. Like let's get the ball rolling. She sent me the vocals. I hopped on live. I think that one took like a couple hours. Yeah, and just kind of built the beat around it. But she loved it, and like, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys did like I saw like a little promo video of you guys like kind of performing. I don't know if it was like a performance or like a music video type of thing.
Yeah, we just wanted to like make a cool video to go along with it.
Yeah, yeah, it was just like, you guys were just like having fun.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So when I heard her say that, I was like, wait, what? Whimsi made the beat around the vocals. I don't think I've heard that before.
Yeah, I don't know. For remixes,
I feel like some
common.
people can, like, or have done it. I just don't think me personally have heard it. So sorry if I have, and like, I'm totally throwing you to the wayside right now. You also have a home studio. And you mentioned on your TikTok that you were like an only child.
Yes.
So like it gave you a lot of time like to create.
Yep.
And then you have a quote. So we're gonna go. Every day I try to take my experiences and turn them into songs. Is it easier to do that by having the home studio?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to kind of like compare that to anything else because I only went to a studio like once. And I was like, wow, I hate this. I don't ever want to do this again. And like, it was so funny because like the guy, like the engineer, he could see like okay, she's used to like doing stuff on her own.
Yeah.
And so for the remainder of the session, he's like, how about I just show you how to do it like at home, like in the best way. So he told me what mic to get. He taught me about like gain staging. And from then on out, I was like, all right, we got a solid home production going.
Oh, so yeah, like a crash course.
Yeah.
And then you never went back.
Yep.
Sorry, but thank you, I guess, to the guy.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful that it ended up the way it did.
Yeah. And then you said your aesthetic is like alternative and coquette with lots of like blacks and whites and pinks. So what is it about that helps you like, does having that specific aesthetic like help you create or get into a specific vibe? Is that like the Whimzi vibe?
I guess, like, I don't know. It's just generally what I've always liked. Looks cool. My house is all black, white, and pink too.
I know. Watching your TikToks, I feel like I've been everywhere in your house and I've never been there.
That's what everyone says. They come over, they're like, oh yeah, I've seen this on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen this on TikTok. Like, okay. 2019, you met Twista.
I did, yes.
Tell me about that. How was it meeting him?
He's cool. It was like through the same friend that took us to WGCI.
Okay.
He's a good friends with Twista. We went to his like actual like space. Like it's like calling it a studio would be like an understatement because it's like it was a warehouse type space with a studio upstairs. He was like working on music like when we came.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Was he like expecting you guys or?
Yeah, I mean like he's good friends with the other guy, so
yeah, it
made sense. But it was cool. Yeah, he's a super chill dude.
Were you able to keep in contact with him or like learn anything while you were there or like?
I don't know. It was just kind of a meet and greet type of thing.
Yeah, it was like, hi,
crazy.
Bye,
yeah.
okay, cool. Thanks for the picture. So now we're going to talk about your musical journey as a singer/songwriter, which is like kind of where your focus is right now. But like you still do all of the things, but I feel like the singer-songwriter thing is kind of at the forefront right now. So I'm going to go to the beginning and then we'll just kind of go little by little. Love Current.
That was with Segretti, aka Memo.
Yes, with Memo.
Shout out Segretti.
You kind of on that one, you weren't like fully like singing yet. You were doing like a lot of the ad libs and like the chorus until like the end. That's when you really started to like sing a little bit. So was this like your way of like dipping your toes into singing?
I think so. I think that was like one of the first songs I sang.
Yeah, that was the first one I found that you sang on.
There are some that are buried from the internet and they deserve to be buried.
Whoa.
And I'm glad you didn't find them because they're trash. But
wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I don't know. Like I'm okay with like people finding my old productions. I'm like, they're kind of ass, but it's whatever. But the old like singing ones, sometimes they just make me really cringe. But as part of the journey, I mean, I feel like everyone kind of goes through that.
I cringe at my old work too. Like, oh my gosh, I go back and watch like interviews I did like 10 years ago. I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
girl, what were you doing? That was not it.
You gotta go through it to get to where we are, you know?
Yeah, so like all of them are still up, but I'm like, I still cringe. I'm like,
I try to leave most things up. I hit a point, I remember I told myself, no matter how much I like look back and hate a song, like you are not allowed to delete anymore. And I was like, I stuck with that.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of what I did with my website. I was like, no matter like how long it's been or like what I'm going through, like I always leave like the blog posts up because I'm like ultimately like, yeah, I could be going through three things and like taking a step back, but like other people are still into it and checking it out.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, all right, fine. Even if it makes me cringe. The Whimsical EP, you had 2 songs on there. Hype. Oh my gosh.
I don't even remember. I would help you out, but I genuinely don't remember.
Hype Machine, there we go. And Funzo. Either one of those like ring a bell?
Yeah, I remember like I had a job where we had a lot of free time. And like we could just like literally pop our laptops out. And I would pop out my laptop and make some beats at work, and those came about.
No way. So, that is hilarious.
Yeah, and then I think, if I recall, those are on some kind of like record label. I don't remember which one, but yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, because there was a few different record labels I found.
Yeah, all of those are just so random. It's just like, let's submit it and then like see what happens, and then some pick them up. So
yeah. And then is this like when you kind of started using Whimzi and like going away from your old name? Old name, yeah. Yeah, because it was like hard to say, hard to like pronounce, and I was like, I want something just short and sweet, and then it just hit me one day. I was like, okay, yeah, this is the name that's meant to be. Yeah, because I was gonna ask you like how you came up with it, but I remember there was a night where I was like, I'm gonna play all my music back to back and like let a name just come to me, and it did. Wow. Okay, that's one way to do it. Yeah. I guess just natural. I feel like when it comes naturally, it stays longer, and then it fits better because it's just like you're not forcing it, you know. Right. So this was like, you know, EDM style. You had a little bit more vocal work on this EP. So is this still like you're still trying to find your footing, kind of?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think the next project we're going to talk about is when you really started to sing a little bit more, which was Wilt. You had 5 songs on there. Forever was like, I think one of the first ones on the album where like you really started to sing here and like, you know, show your vocal abilities. I love Forever. It's so cool. And then you did like a music video for it. But I think you were like on your balcony, and then I wasn't gonna bring this up because I saw it on your TikTok and I was like, I don't know if she would want to talk about it. But then I saw it in the music video and I was like, okay, so we're open about talking about the pole in your room. Yeah. You say you're not professional, so guys, don't go there. Don't go there. And you made this video yourself. So like, what inspired you to like sit on the balcony and use the pole and like do all of the things? Like, where'd you come up with the ideas?
I don't know. I mean, I think, was this during COVID time? I don't know. I just remember I think it was. Yeah, I just remember being home and bored and like, why not? Like, let's just like throw something together for fun. And like, I just kind of used every fun place at my apartment at the time. So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think like doing the pole stuff like helps with your confidence and like in general, or you just use it for exercise and like you just enjoy it? It's like a hobby?
I really just have it for fun, you know. It's like everyone in college had one, like for parties and things.
No way.
Yeah, I knew like 3 people just in my apartment complex alone that had poles, and like it just spiced up a party, you know, like. And it's so fun, like when, you know, everyone's partying and like you see a pole and then all the guys start trying it, and then it's just like a fun, goofy thing to have.
Gosh, I should have gone to college with you. Jeez. That sounds like a blast.
Shout out to ISU. ISU was lit.
Nice. Okay. Well, clearly my college experience in Miami was not as fun. We would just go to the regular strip club. We didn't have pools in our dorms or apartments or houses. That wasn't like, I mean, I think a couple people might have, but not like not as often, like as common. Like you said, like 3 people had a pool. Like that's So yours, which is also on that project, you have like a Spanish intro, outro. Who was that? Or was that like
a lady from Fiverr?
Oh my God.
I don't know what, like, it's so hard to like think back to whatever was on my mind at that time because it was so long ago. I just knew I wanted that for whatever reason, and I like just looked through everyone on Fiverr. I liked the way this lady's voice sounded. I'm like, all right, I'll give you your $10. Here we go.
Did she know what you were going to use it for? Or oh, okay.
Yeah.
She didn't ask for like anything aside from her $10. She was like, oh, $10, that's fine.
I don't know. Who remembers?
Because in this song, I like the topic, I guess, because you're talking about like, I don't know if I like the topic, but if you're like losing your morals, it's like giving forbidden love. Like someone's stealing your man, or you're stealing somebody's man. Somebody's man's getting stolen somewhere.
Yeah.
Is this kind of when you started to be more comfortable, like talking, or not talking, but like creating music around like relationships and stuff like that?
I think so. Yeah, because I don't think I had anything out
Up to that point,
yeah, I mean,
so.
I don't know, but it's definitely one that I like still. Like, I feel like I was kind of locked in, and
Yes.
that was when we kind of kept up with, like, that one and Forever are probably the ones from that EP that, like, I would still, like, play out.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I think, especially Forever, I think it still goes with your vibe. And I think, like, the topic of yours still kind of goes with, like, your current. Like,
nah. I don't know. Now I'm like, fuck you type vibes. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, you're like in your like rage, like fuck you.
Definitely can't relate to that song anymore to yours. Fuck no. At the time, it was very relevant to what I was going through, but now I'm like,
another one, Our Flame. And on there you say, feel the fire, feel our flame. I had to bring this up because you're on TikTok. And I am a book talker, girly, yeah. And this song is such a like dark romance style, and I'm like, why has she not tried to get into like the book talk community with this? Because it like fits so well.
Really?
Yes.
Huh? I would have never known.
You gotta look into it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, this is giving dark romance. And I think I even was like, this goes perfectly with this book. But I don't remember now which book it was.
Oh, that's cool. I had no idea. I'm just on random meme TikTok.
yeah, I know. You're just like on like your own little space. Like, but TikTok is such a big space, and like there's so many like little communities.
Yeah. So
it's kind of hard to like be everywhere or like to know everything, but I'm like, yeah, I gotta tell this girl she needs to figure out how to get the book talk girlies to really like vibe with it, because it fits the dark romance genre. Dark romance girlies are it's a little much, but it also fits your vibe. It's very BDSM, choke me, like we like the abusive type of shit. So that's a good one. So this project you wrote, produced, recorded, arranged, mixed, and mastered. How was that process? Because that is, geez, that's a lot.
That's generally my process. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just how I've always done it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, B was the only project where I handed off some of the songs to be mixed and mastered. Everything else, like, I don't know. Things do get frustrating sometimes, though, where it's like you're mastering a song and then it's like, Romantic Violence was one where I like mastered it 40 times, I think. And like, I was just like, why isn't it hitting right? And then I literally had to just take it into my car. So that's kind of like,
you got to do the car test.
Yeah, like I do the car test regularly, but this time I was like, I'm taking my laptop into my car and we're mixing it live in the car because I can't get it right. And like, I just realized I just had too much on it. And like, I started kind of dialing back everything on Ozone, and I was like, okay, like, it was just a reminder to myself, like, maybe like, don't do too much.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes it's like, strip it down.
Yeah, then that's my problem. It's like always a little crunchy, a little overdone, overcompressed, yeah.
And are you self-taught with like mixing and mastering, or like did you?
I think so.
School for that?
No, I went to school for like marketing. But yeah, no, I mean pretty much like YouTube taught, or like friends, or like that's another good thing, like, you know, just sending things off to my producer friends and being like, okay, what does it need? Like sometimes you need that extra set of ears.
Yeah.
So be like, okay, like bass is a little low, or just little things like that.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Do you kind of feel pressure, like doing all of your production by yourself? Like, does it get overwhelming at all?
No, because it's like,
You just enjoy doing it.
that's the whole purpose of Whimsy, you know? Like, I've had people, like, approach me at, like, shows and be like, oh, let me write for you, oh, let me produce for you. I'm like, there's no point of that. Like, the whole purpose of this project is for me to make shit.
Be me, yeah.
Yeah.
Be me and be creative and do my thing.
Yeah, I'm open to, like, collabing. Like, don't get me wrong on that. Like, but
there's, like, a difference in collabing and, like, doing it for you.
Right. And I don't know. I've never wanted to hand off that. There's no point.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about a single that you did, Third Harmony.
Oh, no, I hate that one.
Oh,
that's
my
one that I would want to
gosh.
delete. I hate that one.
Okay, because you did that as like a thank you for getting 500 subs on SoundCloud.
Hate that one. Hate. That's one where I'm like, remember how I'm like, I can't delete what I've made? That's one where I wish I could just like take that, wipe that. I've had that thought recently to do that, but I'm like, ugh.
Well, you should have done it before you came to the couch.
Girl. You're funny.
I tell everybody, I'm like, y'all know I do deep dives, so if there's something out there that you don't want to talk about, make sure it's gone.
No, that's good. It's like, it's good that you're like an investigator, and then it's good for us to be aware, like what's out there, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because a lot of people don't even realize what's still out there.
Yeah, like some of this stuff, I'm like, wow, like I truly like, it's hard for me to remember.
Yeah. I've had people who like, they forgot about the projects and they're like, oh, I want to go re-release that now.
Oh, that's
or
cool.
damn, I should perform that. And then there's other times where like, whoa. Oh, I'm like, yeah, like, that's still there. That's still there. If it's on the internet, I will find it.
Dang, nothing crosses Melly. Love it.
Well, and then, in college, like kind of going back to like the marketing stuff, I was a communications major, and we had to do, I remember I did like a whole research paper on like how our not our social media, but like our internet presence can affect our like lives and stuff, like our regular lives. So I did a whole research paper on it, and like I think that's kind of where the deep diving investigation began, because I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like you could find anything about anyone online, really.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So let's talk about Dose Love.
That's an old one, yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Whimzi.
Oh, Lord.
It was like an 80s techno vibe.
Yeah.
You were asking for a dose of love.
Yup.
How was creating that one? Because I love the cover art for it.
It's all right.
Oh, all right. Well,
I don't know.
I
have such a weird like thoughts on some of my older projects. I don't know. That's another one where I'm like, I was in such a different place. But I don't know. Just another one that I made at home, and I think I was like working at the music school at that time.
Okay, yeah.
And, like using their studio to kind of like get it perfect, which was helpful.
I was going to ask about the music studio.
Yeah.
How was that working with like, because I think you were working with kids, right? Or like
Yeah, I managed a Bach to Rock.
What?
Yeah, shout out Bach to Rock. It's like cool. It's like just a place where people go for music lessons, all ages, but we mostly kind of aimed towards kids, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. I mean, I think the best part about that was just working with other like-minded musicians, being around
Like other just. And then, well, since you went to school for marketing, how was it like working in like a music school? Because that's not really marketing per se.
There was a lot of that was involved in it, like having to like find ways to get our name out there, to book lessons. But I don't know.
Did you learn a lot from like the kids, or did you just more so enjoy teaching them?
Oh, I hated teaching.
Oh, geez.
No, I'm truly and honestly like not great with kids. Like, I prefer to be on like the business side of anything.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to sub in for a lesson, I was like, no, please, someone who could teach piano, find me somebody. Like, I do not want to teach these kids.
Where's the Rolodex? There's gotta be someone.
Oh my God, yeah, no, I did everything to avoid teaching. I mean, like, because that wasn't really like my purpose of being there anyways. The purpose was like to book people and run the school, which like I said, I prefer. Like, I don't know. Like, and there's some weird pressure with teaching too, because it's like, oh my God, I hope they're having a good time. Like, I don't know. That's one thing I don't know. I feel like I'm not meant to be a teacher. Like, even when I would like stream myself producing on YouTube, it was never for the purpose of like, let me teach you. It was more like, I'm just here to entertain.
Yeah, because you have a lot of streams. I didn't watch all of them because they're kind of long. But
and if you're not into producing, I'm sure it's like not that interesting. But if you are into producing, it's different.
It's definitely interesting if you are into producing. But she's not gonna teach you. So just watch.
I mean, you might learn things like as I'm going along doing them. But like, I don't know.
You're not like, okay, well, if you want to make it sound like this, do this. Like,
that's not what I'm doing. It's not what I want to do.
You're just like, I'm doing this. Take notes.
Yeah, if you got questions, hit me in the chat. But besides that, I'm gonna keep on just making shit live.
I want to talk about Taboo.
Oh God.
Especially that cover.
Oh God.
Because you're tied up. You got tape on your mouth.
Oh my God. I was a risk taker back then.
Clearly.
I think that was it like 2021?
Yeah, 2021.
Okay, yeah. My God, it's so weird. It's like not even that long ago. Like,
but it feels like forever ago.
Right. Like, I don't know. Yeah, just writing about the same dude. Like, I don't know. At least the bad situations will like give you inspiration for things. So yeah.
And this is one of the ones that was released under like a label.
That was.
Listen to This, which is a sub-label of Electro Step Network.
Yeah, they're cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, I was going to ask how you got into that, but you mentioned earlier that like you kind of just submit stuff and hope for the best. So I want to bring up one line from Taboo. Friends and family hate it.
That's true. If you know, you know. That's funny.
So I was gonna ask how your family like feels about your musical content, especially because like I saw that like sometimes your dad goes to your shows or like your grandpa, your mom, stuff like that. And you're not singing about the most family-friendly stuff. So do they feel awkward at all, or like they're just like, fuck it?
I really feel like a lot of older people I notice in general, and like especially my parents, like they're just not deep listeners. You know what I mean? Like they'll hear a song, they'll have no clue what it's about. They probably don't even know it's about something.
Okay.
Like, have you like if you played a song in front of like your family, like, unless it had a very explicit in-your-face lyric, they probably wouldn't notice the subject, right?
Right, yeah. I think sometimes the older generations, they were very used to like double entendres in their music. So unless it's, I think nowadays they when they see like stuff that's like so in your face, they're like, whoa, that's too much. But like, listen to the music that you guys were listening to because that shit was freaky, okay? It just wasn't like in your face.
Yeah. Like, it's just hidden well enough to at least the point where my parents, like, or anyone in my family doesn't really recognize it, I don't think.
Well, at least they haven't said anything.
Well, I mean, they definitely had something to say with, like, the most recent music video, which I was, like, nervous about. Like, I was like, oh my God, I feel like they're gonna see it, they're gonna say something. Yeah. But it wasn't, like, their reaction wasn't as bad as I expected. I expected them to be like, how dare you put something like this out? But there's, like, we saw it. And wow. I was like, yeah. Like, let's change subject, Mom and Dad.
So, anyways, how's work, Mom?
Yeah.
How's the hair salon?
Yeah.
Did you learn any new hair things that you can?
Yeah. Who are you highlighting these days?
Right. Like, let's not talk about those videos. Another single that you released was Your Wish Is My Command. And then this one was under Hardwired Hip Hop Records.
Yeah, I think that's another like sub-label of a different label, but I don't, yeah.
Because I kept seeing like you just released under different labels and stuff, and I was like, oh.
That's another song where I'm like, it's all right.
Oh, okay, well.
I don't know.
I like the specific line from it. What if you tie me down?
Oh my God. Who was I, bro?
Put me in a bind.
I was so, oh my God, different. That's all I got to say about that. Like, I was in a different place.
Clearly. You were bold coming out. Like, starting out. You're like,
it's always good to be bold. I feel like that. Like, always just express yourself. But, yeah.
Yeah. So 2021, you kind of ended the year being featured on 2087's project. And then he was also on your project B. Mm-hmm. So obviously you guys have a good working relationship. So how has it been working on like his project and then your project? How were those experiences?
It was great. Yeah, like I remember, I think we recorded that like at his place, because he's got like a similar setup to me. Okay. And he's very similar to me, where it's like producing everything yourself, recording everything yourself, just doing it all. But yeah, like, I don't know, it was cool. Like, we helped each other during that time musically, like to get inspiration, and I don't know, made some cool shit.
Yeah, you guys definitely made some cool shit.
I'm trying to think where we did his verse, or did he just maybe send it in to me? But I just remember like his line on Take the Leap though. He starts it off. I asked, have you ever been with a black guy?
I was
iconic.
Like, so iconic. I heard it, I was like, he did not just say that.
And his whole verse on there is like fire.
His whole verse was fire, but I'm like, he just started it like, wow.
In your face.
In your face. And I was like, well, the
first time I heard that, I was like, this is amazing. But like, this is fun. Yeah. I love it.
I think it probably just fits his vibe. Like, being so like bold in your face. And I was like, and then I low-key in the back of my mind, I'm like, I answered. I was like, yeah, and? Like, what are you going to teach me here, sir? So his verse was super cool. Now we're going to get into the whole project of B. So that's like a big project. But I also want to tread lightly because I know it's kind of like a difficult one. Because like, you know,
it definitely is.
You were going through a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like some of it is controversial.
Yup.
So let's start with B. You got an article written up on it on Ever Evolved, and then you got the artwork printed, like in your room or bathroom or somewhere.
I just got a big old canvas, hung it like right by my stairs.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that is a project that I'm like, yeah, that was a great project. That was great. Like,
no, it's definitely great, but I'm also like, fuck. Like, I feel like it brings up emotions. Like,
yeah, that was an intense one for sure.
And you still perform some of the songs too, so it's kind of. Does it bring up those emotions when you perform the songs, or you're just like, or you so healed from it that you're just like, this is art?
I mean, I definitely like am past the emotional side of it, but I feel like the ones I do perform live from it are the like less intense ones, because it's like I don't need, like, I remember hearing like Amy Winehouse, she would have to like, what put her in a bad place was having to perform those old songs where she's reliving that past, where she's like reliving the trauma with her ex. And so it's like, I'm not gonna do that to myself, you know, like, unless I change my mind and really want to and feel very disconnected from what I wrote. But like, I don't know, for now I'm just like, I don't know, I'm over everything. So
yeah, so I guess the most popular or like standout from that time was I Told You I Love You. because I figured out what the acronym means. I was like, how do people not know what it means?
Yeah.
That was definitely a standout, but it was also very controversial because you kind of put the man on blast, which he deserved it.
Yeah.
And then there's a music video attached to it.
Yeah.
How was making the music, like, were you nervous putting the music video out and like to see what everybody's reaction?
I think at the time I was just like, I'll be a goofy, like, hey, we're doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely looked like you were having fun and just like, you know, just living life. But it was also like, hey, pay attention to me, you know, and then he finally does, but it doesn't end well.
Yeah.
It doesn't end well. So I don't know if we really wanted him to end, but hey, whatever. We learn and we move on. This song was also featured on the Pop Punk Pizza podcast. That is a tongue twister. I was so nervous to say that one. Is it weird like getting on other podcasts and like playlists and stuff, like hearing your stuff there? Like,
no, it's great.
That's great.
Put it everywhere.
Okay. And when you were releasing the song, you kind of talked a little bit about the situation, and I think you and this guy had a conversation who was scared, like, oh, you're gonna ruin my life. And then you were like, well, the worst that I'll do is like just make a bunch of songs about you. And then you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he ever like say anything about the songs, or like did they ruin his life?
I don't know.
Did he ever hear them?
I assume so, but I also just don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, just thoughts on any of it. And I don't care. If you're watching this, go fuck yourself.
Literally go fuck yourself, because the stories and all the music, and I'm just like, fuck, you suck. I don't even know you, and you suck.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say like some lyrics, and let's see if you can if you remember what songs they're from. Trying to keep the dead alive.
That's the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
I belong below.
I don't want to fucking die.
I don't want to fucking die. I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking die. I was like, oh, and that's another one that you just put like the little acronym kind of thing. This one I love. The B stands for betray. That's on the finale.
Yep.
Does the B only stand for betray? Or is there a double meaning with the B?
Yeah, there's like that interlude that's on the album.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where the name came from.
Okay. Yeah, because it's the little thing that's like, oh, you can spend the rest of your life with your wife. Oh, option A, something with your wife, and then option B, and he's like, B.
Yup.
I was like,
he used to play that video all the fucking time. So that's what inspired the title.
Okay. So, was this project like therapeutic, like outside of the controversy and everything?
Yes. I needed to write it out. I needed to, that's just what I do, you know? Like, it wasn't like, that was the purpose of it. I needed just a way to release it all from my being.
Yeah.
Like, let's just make some great art about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the people who did know, what was their reaction?
Oh my God, I feel like there was just like a bomb that went off. Truly. Like, life was so different before and after. Probably for everybody involved. So just like bizarre. Yeah. Truly a very crazy moment.
Did you expect everything to like blow up, like a bomb to go off when you released it? Or you were just like, nobody's gonna pay attention?
Well, actually the bomb went off before the release.
Okay.
The release was just kind of the aftermath. So.
Okay. I think that's a story for off camera.
Yeah.
I don't think we want to go too deep on camera about that. And then like, not too long after, well, the next song that you dropped was Daddy.
Oh God.
Featuring.
I like that one just because I like.
It was fun, yeah.
I love Sway
and Phoenix.
Yeah.
From Road.
Yeah. Phoenix and Roy Sway.
And like everybody had like such different styles, but it worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
Super talented. I love like good collaborations like that. We're just like, wow, like we're doing such talented friends. Like it's cool.
Yeah, and then there was also an article on Ever Evolved about this song, and then you guys had like a little performance video in like a garage kind of thing. Like,
we were in like a parking garage. We just wanted like a cool view of like the city. So yeah.
Yeah, and you guys just looked like you were having a blast.
Yeah, we definitely were.
And I think there was speaking of like having a little performance video, you've had a lot of performance video, or like not performance video, a lot of performances.
Yeah.
And then you had a TikTok where you ranked like some of your performances, or not ranked, but like rated them. So we're gonna rate some performances. I'm just gonna say random ones, and then I think you did like 1 through 5 stars.
Okay.
Before?
I don't remember,
but I think it was like 1 through 5. So we'll just 1 star, 5 stars, 3 stars, whatever.
Okay.
Good Until Tomorrow. I think that was like the first Tomorrow show.
Was it? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
If it was that one, the one at Enjoy, that was great. That was so much fun. Shout out Tomorrow Gang. That's like the crew I'm rolling with. Like,
talk about that later.
But yeah, that was tons of fun. Great crowds. It's always great when just like the crowd can appreciate the music. So that was one of those shows.
Yeah. Liars Club.
Oh, that was probably like one of my favorites of all time. It was so fun. Like that's when I had the full band.
Yes, I was gonna say you used to have a band.
Yeah.
What happened to the band? I was gonna ask
A
later,
lot.
but we're here.
A lot. I mean, I'm grateful for that time, but you know, I think I don't know. Just with the way I operate, I fly better solo.
Yeah, yeah. Evolution Music, which is another time that you performed with
Oh,
the
that
band.
was our very first show.
Yeah.
That one was like decent. I think we were all kind of like nervous because it was our first show, but and then the thing that kind of stinks about Evolution is that they don't allow like liquor, so it's just like I don't know. Definitely plan for that if you're ever planning a show and you went out there.
Yeah.
But like
No liquor.
the people's gotta drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
When the people's drink, they let loose a little bit, and then they stay longer, I think, too.
Right.
So, Meduse?
That one was cool. I think that was around like Halloween a couple years ago. Yeah, not my favorite, but cool.
The Outer Space? Outa? Yeah, Outa.
Oh, that place in Berwyn. That was a good one. Good crowd. Cool place. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. The Music Coven Festival. This one I think it was like the first one you did solo after having the band.
Yeah, I think so. That was cool.
Was it weird having performed with a band and then like now flying solo?
Yeah, it definitely took some like relearning. But yeah, it was a transition for sure, but yeah.
Yeah. Summer Bang, which was at the VIP pool stage.
Oh yeah, that was at my friend Dan's like festival. It was cool. You know, it's nice to play outside.
And I think that was like a charity event, like you guys were raising money
That's
for,
right. Yeah.
for kids or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was fun. Base Station?
Oh yeah, that was more recent. Base Station is cool. Did a DJ set there.
Sub T, but like you've performed a
We
lot
we
at Sub T.
practically live
Like
at
you
Sub
live
T.
at Sub T.
Yeah.
So there's not like I just put Sub T and I'm like
That's our
she's
home.
always there. So like,
Yeah, Sub T's got a special place in all of our hearts, I think. So.
Yeah. Let's see, Culture Jam.
I think that's the same as the Coven Fest.
As the
right?
Coven?
Is
Yeah,
it?
is it?
Or am I getting? Oh no, that was the one that what's his face threw.
What's his face?
What's your name? I forgot.
You, that guy.
Oh my god, I'm drawing blank. But yeah, that was cool. It was at like
Okay.
a skate shop, I think.
And then I guess the most recent performance at the Tomorrow live stream show because it was supposed to be in person, and then we ended up live streaming.
I think the actual show for that is like gonna happen a little later because normally we would throw it at the book club, but they're like moving.
Yeah, they're moving right now.
But yeah, I'm glad we did something in place, and I had a fantastic night that night.
Me too.
I love just like being with everyone. Like I love our friend group. Like it's just a great feeling. I left that night so happy. Like I was just on a high from that
Oh my god,
night.
me too.
Like
I didn't go to sleep right away. Like I had so much fun that night.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's also like with the Tomorrow Dynasty, because you know Walt is trying to rebrand that, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue. It just doesn't. That entire group of you guys is just, it's such good vibes, like genuine, like there's no, like everybody's there because they fuck with each other, not like, there's no like ulterior motives.
Right.
Let me see, I think. Oh, 186 Chicago. It's a Chicago birthday show. I don't know if you remember this. I don't know. I didn't find too much about it.
What was that? I feel like I should know, but it's not coming to me.
Okay.
I don't know.
So those are just some random performances. But you also go to like shows and stuff. You went to a show one time and you put, I think on your TikTok, that you went to the bathroom and there was a snake in there.
Yeah, I think I actually performed that night, but yeah, like I don't know why there was a snake in the bathroom.
I was like, did you ever find out why there was a snake?
No, but it was cute. It was a fun surprise.
Right? Did the snake was the snake like friendly? Like, did it look up at you? Was it confused? Like,
I don't know.
Was it just sleeping?
I feel like reptiles don't do much unless I just haven't been around them enough. Like they're just kind of there. I don't understand them.
Me either. And I was just like, bro, a snake, dude? What are we doing? So I'm gonna bring up some random songs. Try to run and try to hide, but love's in front of you, baby.
That is from mine. That's probably my favorite track I've ever made.
Oh, why is it your favorite?
I think that one was my big kind of directional shift. I made that one, I'm like, this is my sound.
Yeah, because you've experimented with a lot of different sounds.
Yeah, but that one had me like, oh yeah, we need just more of this, whatever you want to call whatever this is.
Yeah. Okay. It's not too late to try again.
Ew, fuck that one.
Now it's our time to shine. I did the work.
That's so good at scaring us.
Yeah. So speaking of doing the work, like was that healing? Like were you healing yourself and kind of like stuff like that?
Yeah, that one was actually about the dude I fell in love with after the other guy.
Okay.
And I was just like, yeah, like I put the work in, like I'm ready, but like that didn't end up working out either. So yeah.
So you were ready, but he wasn't ready.
Yeah, basically.
Didn't realize you were counterfeit.
Oh, the Snakes in the Garden. Another one was Sway.
Yeah.
Shout out Sway.
That was a lot of fun. And then you said, on TikTok, I believe, everything about making this song and video was a great reminder to myself about how making music should feel. It should be fun, effortless, a means of venting, turning a negative situation into something cool.
I think at that point I was like kind of irritated with my band.
It's about the band. I was wondering.
I guess we'll like just talk about it a little bit, but like
we'll maneuver around
it was just like there was one particular bandmate that was like, we want to write music, we want to like have more say in like the actual songs that get put out, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, like I am not against the idea of that, but like, because you'd always say, are we Whimzi or are you Whimzi? And it's like, well, I was Whimzi kind of before we were a band, so this is a complicated subject. However, let's just kind of play it by ear.
Yeah. And it's also like Whimzi and the band. It wasn't really like...
Yeah, and like maybe we should have just branded things differently in that way, but like, because I was like, if you bring me a song, or an idea.
Yeah, we'll like
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, do you have any ideas? Like, no, I'm just gonna make music like I've always been doing. Like, so it's like, I don't know. And then things got so frustrating. I remember I'd sit at my computer, go to make music, and be like, I have nothing because I just had the shit on my mind. But then with that song with Sway, I was like, this is what it should be about. It should just be fun. Not a lot of like overthinking put into it. Like, just let's make something. Yeah.
So you feel like everything that kind of happened with the band was like, kind of like put a damper on your like creativity for a little bit.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, for a short time being.
Yeah. And then Snakes in the Garden was like, I'm back. And like, okay, you're back. So your latest project is
Positionica.
I was like, is it Posy or Posy or I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, ooh, I hope she helps me out with that one. So that has 5 songs on it, including my favorite, which is Romantic Violence.
I love that one.
It's like low-key story of my life, which is probably why I like it so much. If you know, you know. Like, if you heard the song, you'll understand why. Just listen to her verse. And then this one's featuring Kid Hooli.
Yes.
And there's
Hooli.
I love Hooli. I love Hooli.
Shout out Hooli.
There's also a video which was directed by a previous guest.
Yeah,
Ouija, but under his alter ego director name.
Angel Dufresne.
Dufresne?
I'm probably saying it wrong.
I know. He taught me when he was on the couch, and then I already forgot. But you also have a funny story about this video at the Pink Palace Love Resort.
Yeah.
You wanted the Rainbow Room, but you couldn't get it.
Yeah,
so tell me about that.
Oh my God, Pink Palace. It's like a legendary place in Midway. Like, I would pass it every time, like growing up, and it was always like, oh yeah, that's the sex hotel. And like online, it looks a lot nicer, right? Like the rooms look like pink, marble, heart beds, like perfect setup for a music video. You would think. We pull up. It was like a random night too, like a Tuesday night or some shit. And they're like, yeah, the only room we have left is the Rainbow Room. And I was like, okay, like what the fuck does that even mean, Rainbow Room? So I was just like, it was either that or Hawaii Room. I'm like, both of those sound
not what you're looking
for. But we're here, so Rainbow sounds great. So it was like dead middle of winter. We're freezing our asses off.
No, wait, wasn't it the Paris Room that they gave you?
They should have called it that, but for whatever reason, it was called the Rainbow Room. And so, like it would be a lot more descriptive to call it the Paris Room. But like, there's like holes on like the comforter. It smells of like cigarettes and like just rot.
Ooh.
And then Hooli is brave.
The bathtub.
He got in the bathtub because each suite there has like a jacuzzi, hot tub thing. Like it's a sex hotel. Like that's kind of the point.
That's kind of the point. Yeah.
Oh, we turned the water on and we're like, but he got it.
I know. And it looks good. It turned out good.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he kept a straight face. Like being in the water and like it's smelling so bad, and he's just like, blah blah, you know, doing his little like verse and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way. Like watching the video, I would have never guessed. And then when you like, I saw you do like your little story time, I was like, what? No way. In Miami, we have like a whole street of like hotels that's for.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so they all have like the different themes, but they are a little nicer. Like they have like the champagne tub, so it's like the 2 floors, and then you have like the champagne thing, and then upstairs is like the bed, and then there's mirrors and everything. But it doesn't smell weird or anything like that. Like it's there. You know, you rent it for a couple of hours, you do what you gotta do, and then you dip. But it's nowhere near like your story.
Yeah. Trash hotel.
Yeah, wild. You also have another feature on this project with Juno the Young Jedi.
Yes, shout out Juno. We love you, Juno.
I love his energy. He's like, he's just great. Also, his features on Mystery, he did his thing. I wasn't like expecting him to come so hard.
Yeah, I love that song. That's another favorite on that one for me.
Yeah. Real has like a little bit of like a dirty house vibes going on to it. Do you play that song like when you're DJing? Like, does that fit in your set? Okay. I was like, bruh, she doesn't. Like, she should. Because I feel like this kind of fits with all of that. This track, or this project, again, was featured on Ever Evolved. They just like love you. Clearly.
I guess so. Thanks, Ever Evolved.
You also said that it's like one of your favorite projects that you've made.
Yeah.
You also produced, mixed, mastered it. But I want to focus on the production because you did most of it live on your YouTube. Yeah. So there's like a bunch of videos of you like producing it. So like, what kind of inspired you to like document the process like live?
Just for fun, just to see. I don't know. I guess it is cool for me to look back on, like, oh, that's how I made that, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just kind of why not?
Yeah. Did people, like, whoever was watching, did they know that you were like making, like, what you were making was going to be on a new project, or they were just?
I didn't even know.
Oh, okay.
I don't plan things. I just vibe and things come together.
So now we're gonna go into like little known fact about you, Missy, that you're like a whole TikTok star.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I'm looking through your TikTok and I'm like,
I love TikTok, yeah.
I'm like, she's such a TikTok girly.
Yeah.
And then you're like on Witch Talk.
Kind of.
Like you're in that little realm.
Not exactly though. I'm very Catholic.
Interesting. Oh yes, because you said that on one song. What was it? Communion? Right? No.
I had a song called Communion Time, but that didn't get released.
Oh, okay. And then I think your parents were like, "Oh, this is about your like Catholic upbringing," I guess. And that's totally not what that song is about.
Yeah, that one did not end up coming out.
Yeah. The reason I'm bringing up the witch talky stuff is because you had like a story where you were doing your Reiki, and you said like it was like doing 5 months of therapy in like 2 weeks. So do you still do Reiki, and like how was that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I went to a guy who was a Reiki master.
Okay.
It's interesting, like looking at my like mindset before and after. I do think it helped.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's hard to say even exactly how it works because like I mean you do talk about things before, but like the actual process itself, like I don't know what's going on, you know, like he's just kind of like moving energies around, I guess, but like for whatever reason it works. So yeah, it's definitely for like when you're just in a pinch and feel like you could use some healing. Yeah. So how does that go against your like upbringing, or is that like, I don't think so.
I'm not sure. I was also Catholic. Like I've done all of the thingies, but I'm like not really. I don't really practice now, but
yeah. I mean, I definitely had phases in my life where I fell in and out of it, but now I'm definitely in it and I plan to be for the rest of my life. Okay. But I don't think the two conflict. At least for that, for Reiki specifically, I don't think so.
Yeah. So another interesting fact that I found was that you do all of your releases on full moons.
I used to do that, yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if you still do it.
I was a big fan of death grips back in the day. And they would do that. So I was like, okay, maybe there's some like magical power here.
There's some magical power.
I don't know. I just kind of release it when it feels right.
Another like kind of big thing on your TikTok is fashion, which is also like just in your daily life. You're such a fashionista. But your fashion choices weren't always your own. And your mom dressed you up for your 5th grade yearbook pictures in like all denim. It was what the apple bottom jeans, denim shirt with the matching jeans.
Ew, yeah, some of her outfits were terrible.
Horrible. What possessed her into that?
She was in such an apple bottom phase. Oh my god, I remember like back when Carson's was a thing. Remember that store?
Yes, yeah.
She came back with all the freaking baby fat apple bottom, like all that shit, and like. Oh, I remember once she came home with like this lime green apple bottom shirt for me that had like gold rimmed sleeves and like gold accent. I'm like, girl, come on, I'm not wearing this.
Did you like, since you were in 5th grade, did you start to push back on her? Like be like, Mom.
I think I was like miserable about picture day, but I think I was forced to wear that.
Oh.
Not cool, Mom.
Not cool. Speaking of fashion, you also went to like a Gothic fashion show in a church.
Yeah.
That, I was like, what? It's like a real thing that happens?
They do that like every year. I think it's like Fat Boy Goth that puts that on.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Fat Boy Goth.
Yeah, he's an interesting character. I've met him already. I'm like, whoa, okay.
I actually don't think I've ever met him, but I've seen him perform.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he definitely brings down the house when he performs. So
I haven't seen him perform, but I've met him. So
kind of reverse there.
Yeah. So this is gonna be like a random question, but it's all gonna make sense. Do you still get compared to Wednesday Addams?
Not so much anymore. Okay. Now that my hair is like not black.
Okay.
Yeah, thank God that went away because it was always annoying. It's like,
and then you're
not Wednesday.
You're not. So since you're also a cat mom, and you get compared, or you used to get compared to Wednesday.
Oh,
I got them little Wednesday thing.
Oh, they're gonna love this.
Because it's what, Little Mama, Big Mama? No.
Sweet Mama and Miss Kitty. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, they love like the ones on the string too. So thank you.
Yeah, I was like,
they're absolutely gonna love this.
I have to bring that up.
Oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate that.
I want to ask, what are emo-licious vibes? Because I don't
even remember what context I used that in, but I remember saying that, like, I don't know, just emo,
yeah,
guess, but like in a cooler way.
You also mentioned that like your finding your community, like finding your tribe is like super important.
Yes.
Do you feel that you found that now, like especially with like Tomorrow Dynasty and with your Whimzites?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Is that still like a thing, the Whimzites? Because I wasn't. Did it stick?
I think I put that out there as like a joke, but like I have a tendency to like say things as a joke and then they become part of my like regular vocabulary. I do that way too often.
So we're in present day now, and unfortunately this interview is happening before this is happening.
Oh, the release of the new song?
Yes! Metaphysical Gangsta.
Yeah, yo, get ready.
I know, I'm like, damn. Okay, so yeah, tell me about Metaphysical Gangsta. I mean, I know it releases in a couple days, but...
Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness. So that one I honestly was like, okay, do I have a social responsibility as an artist? Like, should I be careful? Because it is kind of like... encouraging violence in a way.
Yes, but it's like saw like a little bit of the behind the scenes.
That's not what I want people to take away. Do not do violence.
No.
Instead, if you need to do something, make a song about it. But yeah,
let it out through the art.
Yeah, because that's what the purpose of that song was. Like I was holding on to a lot of anger, and that song helped to release it. So
okay. And then in that video, KP is, he's
the gangster, yeah. And then Walt directed it. Shout out to Walt from the future.
Walt from the future.
But yeah, he's like the gangster.
And then I think Kid Hooli gets tied up at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Poor Hooli, he's always going through it.
I think they said he's died in like 3 different music videos, including this one. Not all mine.
Okay, I was like, I don't think all yours.
Yeah, poor Hooli. But he's like a cat. He's got 9 lives.
Oh, well, there you go. He's got 6 more videos to die in.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess. After you did the first day of filming, you got sick. And then you had to cancel a performance the next day, I think.
That's right, yeah. Oh my God, that was terrible. I had no voice. I was like, I don't even know, like horrible, couldn't do anything. I remember Ouija said his and he'd be like, oh, tough it out. I'm like, I would if I could, but I truly could not that day.
Yeah, I know. Ouija's like, I have to be like on my deathbed to like cancel the performance.
I had no voice though. How am I gonna sing with no voice? Like I sounded like horrible. Like, and I felt bad. Like I was just like, not about to put on a bunch of makeup and a little skirt and prance around. No, I'm sick.
I'm sick. When you perform, you also bring like your own little thing. I don't know what it's called because
sometimes,
I just know.
Yeah, I'll bring like the live auto tune, but I need to get a new one. I need to get the one Mommy's Daddy has because it's better. Like mine kind of sucks.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it weird like taking your own thing? Like, have you ever been to a place and you're like, hey, I have my own like thing, like, and then they just look at you like, no?
No.
Okay. Well, that's
Most
good.
places get it, and I come prepared with what I need to make it quick and easy.
That's good. So we're current day. Normally, this is when like the rappers finish freestyle, but you're not a rapper, and I was trying to figure out what I should have you kind of do, and I'm like, I don't know because she does all the things. I don't know if you want to sing or if we could just close it out, I guess. It's up to you.
Yeah, we'll close it out.
Okay, we'll close it out. So let everybody know how to follow you because you have like a million different things and personalities and brands and stuff.
I mean, Instagram I think it's like Whimzi Music, but it's spelled WHIMZI Music. TikTok is just Whimzi. Most other places just look up Whimzi.
Yeah.
And you should find me.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Your thank you card.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
That's so sweet.
And shout out to The Lot for our official sponsor. Remember to follow Whimzi, follow me, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Woo-woo. Thank you.
Thanks, bye.